ಮಾಡಿ
ಲಿಂಕ್ ಯಾವುದು?
ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ
ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕೂತಿದ್ದು ಇದಾಕಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಯನಮ್ಮ ನಯನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾ? ಆಯ್ತು 15 ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
A very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir. So we'll start in 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
26 ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ. ಸರ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to the fifth session of the one-week national level faculty development program on AI integration, digital pedagogy, and institutional excellence for NAC accreditation, organized by St. Joseph First Grade College, Jayalakshmipuram, Mysore, in association with IQAC. I'm your host, Nivedita M. H., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this faculty development program, which seeks to enhance teaching practices and inspire innovative approaches to learning. Today, we have with us eminent personalities and passionate educators dedicated to nurturing quality education. Let us today make this FDP a fruitful and inspiring experience. At the outset, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome our esteemed dignitaries, resource person, participants, and my dear colleagues to this session of Faculty Development Program. I welcome Reverend Father Edward William Saldana, Secretary MDS, Reverend Father Naveen Kumar A, Treasurer MDS. Our speaker for today's session, Dr. Faris Ahmed, CEO, Cooler Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala, Dr. Chandrasekhara Hchin, Principal, and Ms. Naina KS, IQAC Coordinator to this session. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our resource person, Dr. Faris Ahmed, CEO, Cooler Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala. Dr. Faris Ahmed is an ardent engineer, researcher, entrepreneur, and sustainability expert with extensive experience in the field of energy management, energy efficiency, and indoor environmental quality. He currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer of Coolx Technology and Engineers Private Limited, Kochi. He holds a BTech in Mechanical Engineering from SCT College of Engineering, Thiruvananthapuram, and MTech in Energy Management from Government Model Engineering College, Ernakulam, and has recently completed his PhD in Energy Management from SNS College of Engineering, Chennai, under Anna University. His doctoral research focused on enhancing indoor environmental quality and energy efficiency in air-conditioned built environment. Throughout his professional journey, Dr. Faris has held several important positions, including research scholar under the National Doctoral Fellowship, Manager Central Services, Energy Analyst, and Junior Energy Engineer at Smart Jewels Private Limited. His contribution to research and innovation have earned him numerous recognition, including the AICTE National Doctoral Fellowship, a research grant from ISHRAE and SNS Trust, and the nomination for National Energy Conservation Award by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Dr. Faris has published research in reputed journals, holds a patent in the field of evaporative cooling technologies, and has contributed to publication on sustainability and climate-responsive air conditioning solutions. A passionate advocate of sustainability, climate action, energy-efficient technology, and circular economy. inspire students, researchers, and industry professionals through his work and innovation. Today, Dr. Faris Ahmed will engage us on the topic The Future Ready Classroom Implementing AI Enabled Strategies and Smart Learning. We are confident that his expertise and insights will make the session highly enriching and beneficial to all participants. Without further delay, I now invite Dr. Faris Ahmed to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Many thanks for the warm welcome. Good morning to all of you. I hope most of the participants are ready for the session. So I'll be sharing my screen right now. Sorry, I was speaking, but I forgot to unmute myself. Sorry. Okay. Thanks for putting that in comment box. Thanks. So a very warm welcome to all of you for the today's session. So today's session is all about how AI can AI is going to enable students to learn in a very smarter way. So in this week, you have learned about mastering generative AI tools, how faculty can use generative AI or AI tools to facilitate their teaching process in a very in the best format, and the ethics of using AI, the do's and don'ts. And and in my previous session, it was all about how scholars can use AI in in their PhD journey for completing their research related works, including formation of thesis, writing a research paper, and generating uh, PPTs or the presentations for their defense. So today is all about how students are going to use this in future and how they are smart and better way. I hope my audio is very clear. Could anybody confirm that, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir.
clear, sir.
Thank you. So, any idea that how future classrooms will be like? Any idea? Can anybody guess how it will be? This question is for the faculty. Like, so, Right now, we are using traditional methods of teaching or the traditional format of teaching. How it will in the way ahead journey, how it will change. Any idea? What all things will be uh, in, incorporated? So right now, in most of the colleges, for example, in Kerala, I would say AI is being used by students and partially by faculties, I would say, less than partially by faculties nowadays. But students have started to use, especially this generation, have started to use AI in a very faster pace rather than the faculty, and they are using it. Whether it is used in the right prospect or not is a question which is still there, and how much brain is actually happening is also a problem while using due to this overuse of AI. But but we cannot live a life without AI is for sure. So in our day-to-day life, so AI is going to be used by students for sure. So in the traditional methods, we are using pen and paper for evaluation. Teachers were using, and even students were also giving the responses of how we are testing their knowledge using pen and paper method. And especially in India, this kind of method is being followed for assessing the knowledge level or the and to understand the knowledge integrity of the students. But right now, but when you move outside India, the assessments are more related to formative and summative form of assessment. And summative, formative kind of assessment comes along with the form of, like, it is actually used in traditional learning where we teach and ask questions the same session itself. But it will be done in a different aspect in case of in when you see when you attend any classrooms any in a major university. But if you outside India, if you go, if you move ahead with the summative part is actually being followed by Pearson for along. So summative is where we will complete our teaching, and once the teaching is being done, we'll be giving some projects related to the topic that we have to the topic we have delivered, and these will be specific or may not may be generic, but will be specific problem statements given to the students post the post the subject delivery, and after that they will be submitting the assignments. To my understanding, in my experience, what I've seen is that students will start back 6 years back. What I witnessed is that 6 years back, 6 years back, this students used to take this problem statement, put it in the internet, get the answers. They will put all the answers in the quillbot, rephrase it, and simply cut and paste it and submit it to the teachers. So these teachers have to do a summative formation. So while doing summative formation, what happened was most of them were looking similar. So most of them, like in a classroom of six, the six students were actually giving same kind of responses because only few paraphrasing was there. But in certain cases, what the teachers have, academicians have witnessed is that the content was not even logical. They have simply taken the content, rephrased it, whether it makes them, it has some vocabulary sense or not, whether it's actually giving the right form of information or not, based on the assignment, the title given is not being checked by the students. So, in a scholarly level, with the experience, actually they will go for a cross check. But at the student level, they will not take an effort to do it. So, it's our duty to ensure that they are not using such practices while using AI. So on that moment, AI tools was not there. So AI was actually on the starting phase during the COVID period. So this was an experience which I faced back 6 years back during 2020. So so what summative form kind of assessment is being done is that like a project will be given and you have to give comments for each and every paragraph or maybe a chapter that they have written. So it's like a review process which is being done exactly similar to a paper that you submit for publication. That's it. And formative is a form of assessment that you do instantaneously while so this is so these kind of assessments are really required for teacher to do it to get your students to actually get the right knowledge and the wisdom. So this is so before starting the session, I would like to share this information, and now on and we will deep dive into the for the today's topic. So AI in college today, how AI is so today's agenda is like AI in college today, how AI is already changing the way you learn right now. Is for so how it is going to change, how will be the future classrooms look like. So it will be showing a vision, and how it will be showing the classrooms, how it will actually be seen, and the tools for the students, how it can enable them to learn the information in a very smart way. So smart and followed by the strategies, the techniques, and the finally while using it, ethics and action plan is very much important because we are the ones who should educate the students on while doing a smart learning process through AI tools. We should make them understand that what are the consequences of simply taking the content and giving it rather than assessing and uh, taking so rather than doing a contribution. So they will not be contributing anything from their end. They simply rely and deliver it. So this kind of an action is not going to help anyone out. And if you take last 2 years, maybe 3 years, so if you generally see AICT is bringing up a lot of changes in the curriculum, the way the students learn, the curriculum is being changed. They are bringing in credit system. They are giving more importance to student internship projects and everything rather than classroom learning. So this is another form of learning experience that they are trying to bring into the system to make them to make them upskill for the current job markets. So so this is what. So AI is already in your college. So Grammarly, I said back in 6 years back, students were actually using Grammarly and Quillbot to rephrase and keep the content. Maybe here handwritten assignments are there in our colleges, like the present scenario. But most of the universities outside who follow international syllabus, they still take documents. They take assignments in the form of documents. So they were using Grammarly back in 6 years already. So Quizlet learning. So a Quizlet learning experience is also there, like circulating Google Forms and taking the assessments. Transcripts are also there from lecture recordings. We can assess like we will when so back 6 years back we have completely shifted to an online mode of education. So COVID has actually changed, disrupted the way we have actually giving the education. The mode of education has been changed. Right now, still government is enforcing us to go ahead with the hybrid model where partially during heat stress days or where the students are subjected to more during calamities, natural calamities, or maybe due to harsh environments, students are being still, some schools are being still, and colleges are still forcing them to sit at home and go for hybrid model of education. So a transformation, a shift has actually taken place along with the COVID wave in the education sector. And that way, so right now, Zoom meetings were actually made without AI enabling. Right now, it comes with an AI where we can generate answers, the responses, the questions, the whatever interaction which has happened based on each and every time stamp during the session will be actually recorded. You, with the help of a AI chatbot, you can actually you will get the automated video out from the post the session. After that, you can ask questions and get specific responses from the students. And who all have asked questions, you can take the numbers, and every set of information will be available. So even TLDV, the extension that I've actually integrated with this particular meeting is a AI meeting tool where I'll get the end of this session. I'll get a video. I can ask questions and see. I can get a MOM from that, minutes of meeting from that. I can even ask more questions and get the actionables from that. So such things are right now are there. So recommendation engines like YouTube, so it's already there. YouTube, and it's actually was AI enabled, but it actually um, the course of action is right now happen. So AI is incoming. It's here. The question is how you use it is the main question. It was already there with us. The future classroom you'll walk into, how it look like. So whether a teacher, how an AI-enabled learning environment looks like compared to today. So you can see a typical classroom versus an AI-enabled smart room comparison is that I put forward over in this presentation. You can see that. Sorry, you can see that the content delivery. So you might be given one lecture for 100 students is a typical way. So we'll be giving adaptive videos plus live polls adjusted in real time. This can be done with the help of teachment. So teachment in most of the colleges, private institution, prepared a private institution, has been implemented. Learning management system with AI Copilot has been implemented for the teachers to do so. Adaptive videos are there. Adaptive sessions are there. Videos are there. For example, I will show you adaptive videos. I will show an example of how adaptive videos looks like, and live polls will be there. So this is a formative assessment. So during the lecture delivery also, you'll give the your quiz instantly. You'll get the answers. This can be done with the help of AI integrated tools. You can get whether the responses are taken from AI tools or not. Whether if they put that in chat box, at the same instant itself, you can cross check whether the student has given that reply via an AI agent or not. You can simply check. So it's instantaneously you can cross check it. So scrutiny is is done within a second. So you can do that. So professor answer emails in 24 hours. So student support AI chatbot answers basic questions instantaneously. So you can instantaneously. So you might be asking students to post their. So in this kind of a setup is there abroad where after the lecture delivery they will ask us to get through a proper channel. They will ask us to get the support in the form of doubts. So you can post your queries or via email. They will get. So a professor might be engaged in multiple number of tasks where he'll not be left out with any of time for himself to reply to emails. So he can use the chatbot and give the basic question instantaneous responses with his with his input also. It's automated. It's automated with his input only. The responses are going on. So it will be specific and will be easy for us to handle. Assessment exam once in a month. So continuous assessment can be done with the help of quizzes, AI generated quizzes. You don't have to use an old school method of writing the pen and paper way of writing the quiz, putting that it into the Word format, then circulating it to students to fill it and give it back. Don't it is not required. So it's entirely different. Instantaneous quiz can be generated during the session itself. So it's within a click. So that's how it is. Feedback. So feedback grades return in 2 weeks. Immediate rubric based. So you can even patch different tools to do the feedback instantaneously. So your learning experience will be faster, more personalized, and data driven. So you have to understand the fact that most of it's all about data. Without see previous a teacher used to see, cannot while handling 30 students you will see you can monitor 30 or 50 students at a time, but students during lecture delivery will not be able to see whether which students. So each and every students have different way of learning, assessing this. Any sorry, I think I got I will answer to that, Divya. Thanks for asking. At the end of the session, I will answer. So it's all about data. So without data, see, even in politics, even if you take any domain, it's all about data. It's everything is data driven. With the help of data, we can assess which student is having which quality, which the level of the emotional or maybe the knowledge or maybe the intelligence level you can see, and based on that you can give custom specific, like specific kind of uh, a classroom learning experience. So this will be the new way, because the way they capture the information will be different for each and every students. But with the help of data and the insights that we get from the assessments, from AI assessments, you will be able to give specific learning experience to them. So it's a synergy between teacher and student and the AI. So right now, what are there for the students? So smart note taking is there. Otter AI, Glean, Notion AI. Even during lectures, also if they put their chatbot assistants, they can even get answers. Co-pilots you can integrate during. For example, if a lecture is being given online, they can pass that ELTV. Once the meeting is done, since the lecture video is there with him, he can ask questions and get answers from that lecture session itself, only related to that video that is being generated post that lecture. So, note taking is there, the personalized study assistants are there, writing and research partners are there, that we have discussed yesterday. So, always check your. So, you have to come up with a policy for using AI. So, and not as so it should be used as a tool, not as a ghostwriter for them. Ghostwriting, taking the every information, generating all the information without without our part is not there. Like even a 1% of part of the students is not there. So such kind of a practice will be there, malpractice will be there, but it's not good for them. So we have to educate this aspect of using them. It's the role of educators. So for future teachers, AI in your own classroom. So without AI and with AI, I have shown how it looks like. So grading essays 5 hours, it take parent emails 1 hour 5 minute. Finding struggling students by midterm only, but the help of a real time dashboard that you create. And when you bring every student into that dashboard, that LMS dashboard enabled with the AI system, it'll be easy for us to do the assessments. Even this kind of assessments are also being done in companies where they have to go a training session during their probation period, and post that such kind of a AI enabled quizzes are also there to check their potential, the technical potential or the expertise, and how they have understood the subject and how they are going to apply it in their job. So similar kind of a, it will be, so the mode only the sector changes, but the mode of operation is same. So so more time for actual teaching and genuine relationship building with your students. So it will actually help you out. It's actually saving you more time to create natural bonds with the students. So usually teachers won't get that breathing space to do that for sure, because they have to teach, they have to get the answer, get the frame the lesson plans, they have to give the lectures, they have to take the give the assignments, get it corrected, then frame a question, go for a midterm exam, take again. So it's like a hectic process. But with the help of AI, you can completely nail down all, bring down all the such kind of a uh, conventional method, and you can use more time to communicate with students. So I will tell you, I got a specific requirement from a school 1 year back to develop a humanoid robot, semi-humanoid robot, to give classes in the absence of teachers, the absence of teachers. So it was like a physical mode of classes for students to make the to bring more engaging, to make to bring to touch the smart boards are there. We can give such kind of a smart experience, but rather than uh, they want it in a different format where a robot is going to come and teach, where and they have to the robot will take automated, what to say, they will take the once they enter the classroom with this ID tag they have, it generally take you will get all the information of the students instantly, which all students are there in the classroom by the robot. And this robot has an image processing unit inside it, where it can see whether all the students are looking towards it, whether with the help of facial recognition, where they are actually listening to or not. All this can be assessed. So this kind of specific requirement came in, but it was not asked to replace a teacher over there, a full-time teacher over there. It was asked to put this teacher and the semi-human together to show how humans and robot are interacting to give the lecture. So teacher will be giving the lecture through a smart board. At the same time, this robot will be there to monitor each and every student with the help of its inbuilt system. So such kind of a transformative learning experience was asked to give it. So you can see such kind of a classroom in moving forward. A robot and a teacher working together as a unison to give the lectures. So this will how the classroom look like. One kind of an idea, I would say. So this was a vision of a principal in a school in Kerala. So more will be coming up in future. So smart learning tools every college student should know. So every college student knows many the tools, I suppose. So like writing notes, turns notes into quizzes. Speechify, you can convert the text to speech and speech to text. Whether the speech that is being delivered throughout the session from a lecture can be recorded with the help because all the students might have the smartphones with them during the lectures. They uh, might not have the what is the curiosity, or maybe not have the right mindset to listen to classroom, but they cannot skip the class. So they will keep but they wanted to learn. The intent of learning is there, so they will keep their phones aside. They will take the lecture audio, convert that into transcript. Transcripts can be then generated to presentations or maybe podcasts, and they can take it in the form they want, or maybe they can convert that it in a PDF and they can chat with the PDF to bring more insight for getting the experiential learning process. So not Speechify, Tom, AI generated presentations are also there. Gamma is there. Many other applications. Claude is there to generate presentations for delivering in group projects, for exam preparations, not making. So application is there. Create study sets from uploaded material instantly. So you can. So if more number of study materials are there, for example, if a student, most of the students right now have a habit of taking photos and learning it from the image, but it will be very hard for them to see the image and learn from that. So students can take the pictures can be converted to text can be converted and put it in curated and put it in the right format in the form of documents. These documents can be reviewed for the learning process. So these are so this if this habit is being, so you have to uh, start bringing these habits into the students from most of the students almost have access to mobile phones, but still some students don't know how to where these applications are and how to use it. So it's the role of a teacher to understand and make them use it. So make them use it and see how the results are, how results are coming out from there. The real example an AI-enabled group project. So before AI, five students with unclear roles and responsible, one person ends up doing all the work, last minute PowerPoint through together, right? Before stress, the man poor results. So this is the traditional ways. So most of the students, so there will be a project. So even I have done that in my college project might be there, a mini project or maybe so it's part of the credit system right now in the university syllabus. So students will be asked to select a title, give a have to take a confirmation from the faculty, then they have to start working on that project. Okay, once, but they will not do anything till the last minute. So last week they will try to, one person might be doing the work, other three people will be sleeping around, or maybe four students who are in the group. At the end, one person will be ending up doing all the work, and last minute presentation, it's going to deliver. It's maybe going to benefit one student, the other four students are not benefited, but at the end of the day, it's done. So it's not the right prospect. So with AI, ChatGPT helps. So every person will try to use that tool to contribute something from their end. So it's actually makes some difference compared to the so they will create so one person might be capable of doing presentation, other person might be capable of giving presentation, other person might be doing of technical data collection. So but with the help of AI assistants or agents, they can do all the things. These five people can do all five things. So generating idea, everything. So nobody will be left behind. AI will always be there to join hands and support. So it's going. So this is how AI is going to bring the change within students. So one student, a brighter student, and other four students, two students might be moderate capabilities, and two students in the group might have less capabilities. But with the help of AI, all five will have are equally capable. So an equity based transformation is there. So better results, less drama, real collaboration, and everyone contributes meaningfully. So this is what. So hope till now it's like a more like so I will deep dive into tools in the next PPT. You have to be with me because it's really more kind of a theory, but with the experience that I had, I'm also sharing that to make less boring. Would I would say because it's not more about practical, it's about giving more, sharing my, giving what it looks like. So the challenges, so next is the challenges college students face with AI. So any guesses from the faculty? So from your experience, what students are challenges students are facing? So you might have expressed your challenges in giving doing the assessment, into giving the teaching sessions. So from the students' perspective or from their shoes, could anybody say, or maybe student ongoing pursuing students might also will be there. Scholar. So what you can say that college students are facing with AI? Any guesses? I would be happy to hear from you. Anyone? Any challenges? Or and if you are a professor, just see the feel that you are a student and see what they might face. Any guesses? So that's it's already there. It's shown. So it's overlaps, privacy concerns, equity, plagiarism risk, and equity gaps. So overlines is like people use ChatGPT frequent because it's easily available. So, but there is a sad news is there. I guess like today, yesterday only I came across. The AI tools will be right now most of them are free. Some of them have subscription. and in future there will be a responsible use of AI because the AI takes more energy in the backend for each and every answers we generate, responses we or every task we do. So they are going to put it in such a way that for every action you have to pay, like an electricity bill or a water bill. Okay, electricity bill or a water bill for every unit that you use or every action that you make, you have to do the payment. So in that case, that over-reliance aspect will be thrown out from the system very soon. So so over-reliance is one of the problem because they don't apply their brains, rather they will do control C and control V and send it. This in many of the companies right now, students companies right now. Uh, Especially one of my friend who is a team lead, he, the new joiners are actually using AI coders to generate the code. They simply give the code, put the pay as even without testing. They simply put the code over there. Okay, put the so okay, testing is there, but they won't even read it once before they do it. So this is the action that they do. They are not. They'll put their prompt, get something, simply paste it over there, and leave the job when they're within that time. So they are not putting their part of intelligence over there. So this is not going to help. So right now AI agents are actually use seeking manual commands, but after some time when the machine learning machine itself learns and tries to adapt the codes, you don't have to even ask for codes for AI agents. The AI agents will itself generate self codes if any hiccups come up in the system. So make sure that it's so the problem is that even the person who is actually using the AIs for generating the code is actually not understanding what that code itself is generated. Rather, it's being simply sent and his task is being completed rather than so this kind of a lack of commitment will always will come with the use of AI by students and the workforce. The students are going to be the next workforce that comes from. So this is this is not going to help us in the job markets for the people who are hiring and for themselves uh, for uh, for uh, for raising in their career for the upliftment in their career. So privacy concerns. So free AI tools may store your data. So that problem is there. So the content that you generate, so it may be an exclusive content. You simply put it to some AI, free AI, will take your content and sell it somewhere. For example, if a student project is there, idea theft is right now being happening. So you might come up with a disruptive idea. You will put that idea into a AI system. It will take that and will give some inputs to you, but at the same time, it's going to take your idea as well and sell it somewhere else. Before even you are trying to make some start to build something, it will be given to someone else. So privacy concerns are your personal information. People, students used to give more personal information about themselves to get the free access. Please be more concerned about that, like before giving your personal information. So I request everyone to use a separate email ID with a with an anonymous kind of a email and use it for getting access to each and every AI platform. So plagiarism risk that I've talked about. So using a Turnitin this and a instantaneous AI agent, we can check so whether AI is repeatedly used for generating content. So equity, not every student has access to premium AI tools, creating an uneven playing field in academic performance. So this is the problem. Students may be coming from different diverse backgrounds, financial backgrounds. A person who is well sound with the finances financially can get the subscription and get the job done, but students who doesn't have a proper access to AI, so that equity gap is also there. So use AI like a study group, not as a ghostwriter. Still, always verify what it produces. Verification is more important after producing the actionables. So the ethical debate, prepare for this in class. So please make sure. So cheating will be there. No, the thinking should. So a student uses Tab GPT. It's a question. Student uses Tab GPT to outline their paper, fix grammar, suggest counter arguments. They write every sentence themselves. Is this cheating? Yes, it's cheating. No, it's a tool. It depends. So let's see the responses. Thinking that if it's a cheating, so thinking should be 100% students' own. Outsourcing intellectual scaffolding undermines the learning process entirely. So based on this assessment, yeah, it's outsourced, so it's cheating. It's not being delivered from himself, it's cheated. So it's cheating. So to they use AI like a calculator or spell checker. Okay, they are drafting the content they're using conscious use of AI to actually curate the content to bring some fixes or some quick fixes or errors in it rather for example for doing the alignment or formatting part, then putting it back. So it all depends. So when compares to the professor perspective, the last thing, so it's about where what all are being used and what all actions are, what all course of what all tasks a student has been done and what all not have been done. It should be put forward. If a checklist should be there for the task which should be done and not done, must have good to have, and based on that only whatever content preparation that they they get from the students, it should be assessed. So you have to give clear classification of good to have things while using AI, must haves, and should be completely eradicate. So it should be institutional rules based on drafted by a professor policy on how the expectation should be met. So So, what do you think? So, whether AI being used by students to draft assignments is whether it's cheating, not cheating, or it depends. What it would be. Any professor, can you say from your uh, thoughts whether students using AI is a good practice? Not. If not, why? If yes, why? Any students out there who they can also give the responses. Yes, I'm not doing cheating. No, it's cheating, but it has to be done. There is no other way for me to do it because of the constraints that I have. Or maybe you have a thought that it depends. Either from a student or a teacher. If I get it, it will be much happier because we we have to know because whatever information that you share in this platform will be circulated throughout the entire audience. So anyone using AI is ethical, not ethical, like it's cheating for creating content. It's not, it's a tool, it's being utilized for a betterment. It depends. Please, anyone? I would like to hear your voices, please.
Student students
Don't hesitate.
students AI use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. Student using AI is a good practice or not ಅಂತ question ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Student using
Okay.
AI is a good
Sir, it depends on the appropriateness for which or the reason for which the AI has been used. Say, for example, if someone needs to clarify a doubt, whether my
Okay.
thinking or my say calculation is right or not, taking the help of
Okay.
AI will not be considered, cannot be considered as cheating.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So it depends on the
Interesting.
situation or maybe the reason for which the student is using it, or maybe the faculty himself or herself is using it.
So how can we check that? How? any way we can check that? So we have also AI tools to do check that. Through certain policy, we can in, by through the institutions we can check that. Thanks, madam. Uh, your good name, ma'am.
Divya Prabhu, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Divya. Thanks. So it depends. So this was the response. So it's all it depends. So I also align with this statement. Okay, and thanks, Divya, for sharing your thoughts.
Yes, it is cheating.
So AI tools for every task in a future-ready classroom. So planning to analytics. So it's actually reshaping the education way forward process. So so what so so it will actually help the teachers, the school administration, the schools to learn in a very smarter way and not in a harder way. So this is how. So AI tools now support every stage of the teaching and learning journey. So planning the curriculum, teaching and learning, assessment and feedback, and analytics and administration. Analytics and administration is done through dashboards can be done. So through and teaching and learning is still done. Adaptive learning, presentations and classroom support.
Sana,
So planning the curriculum that the teachers, educators are actually doing. So like creating the lesson plans, syllabus, learning outcomes and curriculum design.
background disturbance.
They have to do this process at the starting of an academic year. It's an extensive process that they do planning the curriculum. So lesson plans, even if they take the do the lesson plans also, lesson plan has to be done for a target audience. Okay, if you take a subject, for example, if you take any subject, if the target age is between 10 to 11, and if the target age is between 19 to 20, the lesson plans will be different for different. The topic might be same, but for that specific age group, the level of learning for them, that plan and the syllabus and the outcomes that they generate, it's actually very it looks similar, but it's actually input. All can be done easily through the help of AI. So it will reduce the workload to a certain extent. So teaching and learning, adaptive learning process are also there. For example, adaptive learning in the sense teachers can generate their AI avatars if they are in leave, or if they are in not in leave, but if they want to give a hybrid model of teaching, they can generate their AI avatars. Then they can actually give the presentations. Similarly, if a wants to give a presentation, if he's feeling shy,
Ardhan
if
Kaligina.
he himself wants to project a presentation during his course, what he can do is that he can generate his AI avatar, train him. He can give the content he has crafted or made on his own. He can clone his voice, give that voice to that avatar. That avatar will speak on behalf of him and show the interactive presentation that he has developed for the review for the teachers. So it's a giving and taking back process. Giving also by teachers also can do this kind of a practice to give the session. Students can also give back the same in the same format by giving their presentations. So a presentation from teachers end will be one, and the presentation from their end will be multiple. So each from going from one student to another, it will be different at all, because how they are using the tools, different tools, and how they are bringing up the presentation, and to what extent they have actually brought that what to say. that that presentation in a very beautiful way, or with clearing all the giving clearing all the specifics that a teacher is actually seeking for, or or the value based outcomes that a student has to give, and it's shown. So that can be that in the index can be metric can be sorted. So assessment and feedback. So this is one. So feedback generation, automated grading, quizzes, and rubrics. So I will mention what rubrics is. Lesson planning and curriculum design. So lesson planning, you can use ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Magic School AI for lesson planning. Curriculum design, ChatGPT, Gemini, again, Claude. Say, for course mapping, you can use Copilot, Microsoft Copilot is there, and Notion AI is also there. For and for learning outcomes, again ChatGPT. So it's always ChatGPT and Gemini. It's lesson planning, this curriculum design, course mapping, learning outcomes, and syllabus development. You can all use ChatGPT and Gemini and DeepSeek as well. Creating engaging learning materials. So presentations, Gamma, Beautiful.ai, Canva AI is also there. Infographics and diagrams, you can use Canva AI, Picture Chart AI, Napkin AI, Lucid Chart AI. And for mind mapping, you can use Miro AI and Whimsical AI. So you can take a screenshot. I'll keep the screen like this for 5 seconds. If you want to actually keep a note of it, you can take the screenshot of this slide right now. So these are quizzes and questions and content summarization. So next is AI in the classroom and virtual environment. So teaching support, virtual teaching assistant, student doubt resolution, real-time question and answers, language translation, speech to text, and text to speech. Okay, and basically you can generate PP. You can gen, you can write your no. You can usually teachers, they generally want the content of their own to be taught. So actually they will prepare themselves so they can mark the content, specific contents from different learning materials, put that into a text, then to a speech. They have to go for a voice cloning with the help of 11 labs or Speechify. They can clone their voice. You just have to give three set of voices or maybe four for actually for generating, for cloning your voice. So similar voice of yours can be actually given rather than giving a robotic voice or the AI agent voices. So it will be much more. Students will also always get a feeling of their teacher is with us with the help of that voice with them, but you are not taking effort to actually uh, what to say, give a lecture, but it's actually given by an avatar of yourself. So text to speech and speech to text, you can use it. These apps, language translation also is also happening. I will show some demonstration videos I have of a firm which actually have done this. I'll show a demonstration. So language barriers are not there. You can give classes in any language. You can even like watching a video, they will see take your lectures at the same time. It will generate subtitles. So some students, you know that some students, some if some not students, if you take some people have the habit of uh, rather than understanding the conversation through audio, they are more comfortable while reading the subtitles and understanding everything. So most people are have a habit of that. So once the session is being delivered in the same, if for example, if you are giving lectures in your local language, it will take that, it will give translation in your language, not it will actually present that subtitle in your language. If the student wants it in a different language, they can see that. For example, if you are giving a lecture in Malayalam, a student actually hears it in Malayalam. If a student is there who doesn't understand Malayalam, he actually can go for the subtitle that in English and read and understand that. So that option is there. If a student actually doesn't have the capability of hearing it and understanding it, because it's very hard for him to understand the lectures which is given at a very faster pace, then student can actually get the subtitle in Malayalam itself and read it and understand it in the lecture delivery. Such kind of enhancements are already right now there. I'll show you some demonstration videos. So student doubt resolution can also be, if student raises some doubt, if the teacher doesn't know how to answer to that doubt during a virtual classroom, what you can do is that a co-pilot will be on the side will be there. You just give instructions and the responses will be shown to you. You can say the answer directly to the student who have raised that question. So it's going to actually support you in all ways. You'll not be stuck with a question that student is going to answer. You'll be able to give the answers uh, easily to them. So that's how. So personalized learning is there, adaptive learning is there, progress tracking is there, and engagement analytics is also there. So you have to analyze it. The personalized learning, you can use your own personalized learning bots, chatbots will be there. Adaptive learning, so you can adapt to the situation in which, for example, if you want to uh, generate if there is a task is being given, and if you want to generate a flow chart of that task and the steps, you simply it will take some time for a student to write down each and every step. Usually, they will go ahead with the random steps, do multiple tasks at the same time, and at the end, nothing for no tangible outcomes will be there. Rather than that, if they with the help of AI, if they give the specific task to them, it will break down each task, and fragments will be there, and each step will be given as a flow diagram. By that, and with help of that, they can learn adaptively. So you can sequential learning process is there. The sequences can be brought down with the help of tools. So progress tracking is without tracking without measurement, you cannot correct it. So measurement is should be there. Without understanding how the students' capability and the learning, uh, whether they have that uh, learning capability or not. This has to be assessed. Based on that only, a change can be brought to the system. So this is it. So this might have been discussed by Shaili Madam. So regarding the gamification way of engagement, collaboration and gamification. So using polls, giving a gamification way of assessments are usually done for in corporate training sessions. Usually, they give a task. For example, they might not have the workforce might not have worked with siloed mindset. One team will not be combat. One team will not cooperate with another set of team. So, but the multidisciplinary team has to work together to for the for the for the company to move in a very in a profitable way. But since they are working with siloed mindsets, it's not this problem will be there. So with the help of gamification, they can make them understand how to work, and while working, what all should be done in collaboration rather than working in 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 isolation. So they'll bring some game. They will make engage them. Through that engagement, learning will be there, technical learning and translation learning will be there, and after that, an outcome will be so engagement, collaboration, and gamification process can be done through AI. Some tools are there you can use it. So academic research and writing, scholarly writing experience I have mentioned. So literature research, research support and paper identification, citation management, scientific writing tools, Genie AI you can use. So I have forgot to mention Genie AI is one of the writing tools that you can use. And plagiarism detection you can use Turnitin. So assessment feedback, accessibility, assessment creation, automated grading. So in the next, so rubrics. So rubrics is nothing but a certain way of evaluation process that you can a professor or an educator can set. Is what do you mean by rubrics? So you can based on that format, that set of instructions only, that evaluation process will happen. Set of rather than a normal generic way, you can set the assessment instructions, set of instructions. So that is rubrics kind of a setup for evaluation process. So assessment creation, automated grading. So in future, so right now automated grading is already there. Multiple choice questions, pen and paper mode was there. Right now it has been transformed to the system. So in system itself, you when you give the answers, the immediate results will be generated post that exam, and the results itself comes up in a very short period of time, and the ranking process can be done. So this is already there, but automated grading is much more different. Like you are going to give summative feedbacks. So summative assessment will be there in future where you have to actually give specific responses to each and every paragraph that a student write. Not like giving a tick mark and you have to put the marks for that. It's not like for out of 10 you'll be giving 5 for what he or she has written. It's not like that. You have to give specific comments to each and every paragraph they write. So this study right now it's done by the professors. Right now with the help of AI agents, this assessment can be given. So if you just snippet, snip, or if you just AI agents will you can just mark certain sentences, ask questions if you have any doubt whether this sentences has been taken as such or it's a very new thing. You can ask it, and based on that you can give summative assessment for that. So all such. So these are for students. So students on the post while completing their education from, so they just want to move ahead, pursue ahead in their career. So for crafting their resumes, they can use ChatGPT, make a resume AI. Different tools are there because right now AI agents are also there to evaluate each and every resume. So what happens is that uh, they will put a job provider, an employer will actually put a notification with specific requirements. So what we have, generally what we will do is that we will create a generic resume, a normal one, as a template which is widely there. Put all our information there. Simply submit that for the job, and the profile will get rejected every time. But right now, you can use AI agents check to take the keywords from that, put all the keywords in your resume, and make sure that your resume gets through the process. So they will match the keywords. For example, the resume and the employer notification will be matched. If it's 60% matching is there, then only it will go for the next stage of evaluation process or maybe an interview process. So and even right now, AI based resumes are also being rejected because it can easily detect whether it's being AI developed. So such applications are all being rejected. So make sure that you use AI to take the keywords to make by contributing your inputs, you should draft your resume. The student should draft the resume rather than simply creating the entire profile of yours through AI. So two mode of rejection will be there. One is if you are completely using the AI to make the resumes, rejection. If you are using, if you are not using AI to extract the keywords and put that everything into your profile to match the particular job notification. You should be every time you have to change the resume based on the job notification. So this action should be there. So this has to be educated by the academicians to students. So this is actually a form of guidance that students, while they are moving ahead in their career, it has to be while they are starting to apply, it should be there. So creative media generation. So media can be creative medias can be generated with the help of different DALI, Midjourney, Leonardo. You can create different infra videos can be created for their for even they can create their own videos and use it for later learning process. So that's it. If a person is more learning coding, they can right now. You see, if it's an engineering graduate right now, it doesn't have to use to draw a 2D, then convert that into 3D, and then go for the 3D animation models. Right now, you can simply just give prompts. Based on prompts, AI prompts, it will create 3D models. That 3D models can be even made to animate very easily with the help of AI. So it's very easy. It's applied in architecture. It's applied everywhere, in manufacturing everywhere for developing the designs. It's not like a pen and paper and drafter model where you have to draw the designs with the. So it's very easy. The application is very easy. So even the Autodesk, the CAD versions that we right now use AI, it can easily generate and go for synthesis, data synthesis and analysis. It's very easily. Simulations can be done very easily. So this is what. And moving ahead with the last session, last part of the day, session of the day. So AI for inclusive education. Any doubts, any queries before moving to the last session? I'll show you some videos before uh, I,
ಡೆಮೋ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೀವೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
hope my screen is visible. Is it visible?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
My screen. Thank you. Thanks for confirmation. So you see, it's a AI generated video where you can see it's being a presentation which is given by Alfred Johns. Like it's a AI avatar. Okay, see how it looks like.
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ? Sir, the audio is not audible.
Sorry.
So the audio is not audible.
Sorry.
The audio.
Okay. Audio is not audible. Okay. Okay. So let me check the volume. It's full. Okay. Sorry if I don't know. It's because of the application, I guess. So just see the video. If you at the end, we shall discuss. So it's a very clear video where you can see that audio is very clear. So a person is actually speaking. His lip movement you can see. It's an AI avatar of a of a doctor, real doctor itself, that it has been. So he is giving a presentation, but it's not his own presentation. With the help of his avatar, it's being given. So you can even read the subtitles and uh, uh, actually catch up with it while giving the presentation. So at the same time, there are things are also being changed on the background. It's like a news reading process, but entirely generated by AI. So this is it. Just watch the video and see and understand.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬ ನಿಧಾನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಗುಸು 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 ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
So you have seen this video. Hope everybody liked it. So it's created by an AI agent. So like you can use Leonardo, you can use Agent to create such videos, very interactive videos of. So you might think that your jobs will be replaced. The teacher's job will be replaced by creating such contents, but it's not. For example, in China, right now a new ban has been put forward. That is, only professionals are should actually put the reels, have to put the reels related to that particular subject. If it's not a professional, he or she will his account will be confiscated. So as such, in coming years, such kind of things will come. An educator only has to actually verify it, not someone else has can simply generate anything out from thin air with the help of AI apps. So the level of evaluation, whether it's okay to be published as a video for an education purpose, is not lies in the hands of an educator. So such kind of policies might come in, but at that moment you should be capable or you should be upskilled to generate such kind of a content. If you are not able to generate such kind of a content, you will be thrown out from the system. So make sure that you learn to use these tools to generate the content so that you are on the you are on the race. So that's what. So make sure you, without learning this, there will be your job will be at stake. So by learning this, you will be the next AI agents or the people or the groups of educators who are potentially have the knowledge about AI and how to use the AI, and they can use the AI to generate such kind of a content, verify it among your groups, and start to publish it through the LMS platform. So such videos are there. I'll show one more video where one of my friend's daughter she is of 5 years old. Her small age photo was actually transformed. So a command has been given to AI. So photo has been given to an AI tool. It was asked to create a 18-year-old of herself from that image. So it actually simulated and gave a 18-year-old of version of a 5-year-old kid. And we can even change the costume. The costume change can also be given. So the dress has been changed with that. A new setup, like a professional dress has been given. And with the help of that, this has been taken as an avatar. Right now, the a voice has to be cloned, actual voice. The voice cloning has been, it's not done, it's done, but that video is not with me. So after multiple simulations, voice cloning happened, and her voice is actually used, and that too with a with a cold tone. It has been simulated, So I'll show one such video, uh, which is actually breaking the boundaries. Okay. Mm, you see it. So her daughter Zara, 5 years old, and actually an avatar of hers is created. She's of a 14-year-old, I guess. Like avatar has been created out of a 5-year-old, and she's actually speaking. It's not her voice. Actually, it has been changed.
ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೆ ಮಗಳು, ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ.
So you can see that such kind of videos will be coming up in future with avatars. So it will be like a news reading way where the it will show background images, background videos. It will explain at the same time. So even so, such kind of a change will happen. Okay, and I will show one more video of. mm, Just want to show the capabilities of how. So you are always seeing such kind of contents in Instagram. So most of the AI generated movies, like a movie is also has come up, like not movie, I would say a series in Geo Hotstar is there. It's Mahabharat. It's actually AI generated. So in the initial videos, you might see that repetitive faces are coming, but upon more episodes, you can see that refinement has been happened throughout. So such kind of a transformation will. So it's not done with the help of real people. It's done by real people with the help of some AI tools. So that's what how that the AI is going to transform in your daily life in the teaching section is going to happen. So I just want to, and it doesn't have language barriers. You can even put subtitles. I'll show you one video. I think I have uh, one video. I'll show it to you at the end of the session. I think I have saved it somewhere. I'll show you. So let's move to the last session of the day. That is AI for inclusive education. Supporting diverse learners through intelligent tools. So ensuring every student has access to support they need to thrive. So that's what. So AI is going to give all the support because everybody is going to have access to intelligence. But there's a disparity is there, equity problem is there with respect when it comes to subscription model. But if not, so this is what the kind of I've told the traditional versus formative versus summative assessment. So you can see a traditional mode of pen and paper method over here. During teaching, you can give live poll for quizzes. Then after you can get the results instantaneously, and based on that, you can take corrective action at the same time itself. But for the summative assessment, you'll be giving projects. Projects will be assessed with the help of summative comments. Will be given each and every uh, the project a student submits back based on the problem statement that a teacher gives, or maybe that student brings up with based on the subject that you have delivered. Then you can after the assessment you can give find the where this focus has to be put for the child to improve the to make them learn much better. So you can so AI tools across the assessment cycle. So you can use diagnostic tool as a ChatGPT, Kahoot, QCI, Mentimeter, the assessment methods. Yes, you can use such methods to get the personalized feedback. You can use again ChatGPT and Cloud to get the feedback from the responses that we have received. Then go with the analytics using a dashboard to understand how each and every student is differing in their learning process. Followed by evaluation with the help of Gradescope and another AI. Again, summative assessment can be put for each and every part that they have given, followed by plagiarism check and getting the uh, reporting the insights from that. So this is what. So traditional assessment, you can see it's one it's the first the basic one. Second, followed by formative assessment with AI-enabled smart assessment, adaptive testing, real-time analytics, personalized feedback, predictive learning support, and competency checking can be done. Competency mapping can be done. Whether that student is competent or not can be checked. That is a major. So this evaluation process is actually done in companies to understand the competency level of a work of a person in of an employee with respect to that particular job. For competency mapping is there. Such kind of mapping can be done for the students who are actually uh, attending the courses or the uh, graduate students. So next would be, so you can see that, so this is the teaching cycle. So you can keep a note of it. So any doubts from this before moving to next? Okay. So I believe there are no doubts. If any doubts is there, you can put that in the comment section at the end of the session. So actually, technology is going to bridge the gap for diverse learners. So and personalized support can also be given, so that there is no student is actually left behind. So you can see a person having dyslexia can be helped with the help of AI. So that can be given. So with the AI agent can actually help such kind of students with such disabilities or special abilities. I would say right now we are seeing. So translation. So it can be multilingual translation, as I've said. Different if a student is doesn't who is coming from a low income family who doesn't have that level of English fluency. If he wants that lecture to be, if the teacher is giving lecture in the form of English, and if he wants, so he can use an AI translator to capture the audio and later that convert it into way of the language that he's most comfortable with for understanding. So that kind of a translation through deep through machine learning AI apps are there. So speech recognition. So transcribes lessons and meetings and supporting audits. See, I've said so TLDV that I've so it will transcribe, it will create transcripts by recognizing the speech and translating that into the form of a document, and you can even ask and get responses. So accessibility and personalized support. So the goal is to no learner will be left behind. So right now we are coming to the physical tools that is going to change in the smart the way we learn. So it's going to make more memorable, engaging, and deeply effective. So AR and VR. So anybody have any idea about what AR and VR? Anybody have used it in their and if you I if so, you can say yes. If anybody is there, you can say yes. Does anybody have used AR and VR? in learning process? If no SS, then I assume it is no from all the anyone?
No, no, no.
No. So I assume everybody having started to use AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. So, but it's going to transform the way. So, how? So, it's going to be memorable, engaging, and deeply effective. Any idea about what AR and VR is and what is the difference between AR and VR? That is augmented reality and virtual reality. You might have seen these things uh, in video, maybe a YouTube video, or you might have heard about it in social media platforms, or you might have come across these systems somewhere while visiting a university, or maybe you have come across this in movies. You might have seen these systems in movies as well. So, any idea about what is AR and VR and how it is different? So, I assume it's a no. So, maybe is there, but I will move. So, so this is the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. Virtual reality is actually the videos will be there, or virtual environments, environments will be created for learning experience. For example, a virtual environment where a lot of, for example, if a person wants to learn about trees, many trees and plants, a vegetation, a video of a forest will be shown. There's a lot of trees. Okay, you just have to wear a VR headset, a headset which actually plays a video, a 360-degree video inside your head. To some controllers will be given to you, some handheld devices will be given to you just to navigate inside. So during navigation part, while navigating, you will feel like you're walking and seeing the virtual environment. If you take a 360, you can see the entire place. It's actually a video, pre-recorded video where you are moving ahead and ahead with the help of this handheld controllers. So this is actually a virtual reality. But how it is different from an augmented reality is that actually augmented reality itself in the real world they will show you. If you want to see a lion in front of you, it will create a lion in front of you without changing the your actual settings. So you just have to wear the AR goggles, or maybe use a device like you can see tabs, smartphones, or a device like this. Just have to either wear it or use it. You just show the camera to that particular environment. It will show the maybe a lion or a dog in front of you, or maybe a system which is working in front of you. So that is augmented reality. But a virtual reality is something like you will not be connected with the real world. You'll be immersed uh, in a virtual world where you'll be seeing things like this. So this is the difference. So here you can see a group of 5 students with the help of, if they put the goggles, you can see this in front of them. Or maybe they can use, every student has an access to smartphone. So if he uses the use the section of use the functionality of AR, and he or she can see the you can see a solar system in front of him without changing the actual settings. But here the solar system will be shown in a virtual environment within the video. So a 360-degree, a 3D video. So you'll be immersed into that. So you'll be so less distractions will be there from the outer world. So that's the primary advantage. But here distractions might be there from the outer world, but you will feel much more realistic here. This also it's very realistic because much realistic, but this is actually a real setting where you can see another person in front of you. But here you might not be seeing your friend in front of you. Sorry, a friend who is sitting in front of you because it's a virtual world. But here you can see your friends, and you'll be seeing a thing which is not actually there. But so showcasing such kind of learning materials, or maybe interactive 3D models can be shown to them through AR and VR technology. So these systems are going to be adopted in schools very soon. because it's going to be adopted because even many schools it have already international schools which it has. So in colleges it's still pending. So it will be in next phase will be like because quality content generation is still now waiting in front of for engineering or maybe a graduate level of uh, level, but school level most of the AR and VR uh, AR contents has been generated for circulation. So it will be once it starts to come in, you don't think that you are going to be replaced. You have to. It will be your responsibility to engage them through this. So all universities cannot afford it. Maybe a one or two goggles can be utilized. While going with a virtual reality, limitation is there. Only two goggles, three goggles can be purchased and can be circulated among large group of students. But augmented reality, every person who has smartphone can actually use it. Or maybe virtual headsets, VR headset might be given along with while taking admission. So such kind of an uh, process will also happen. So this is the actual ground reality of how a new form of education is going to happen. So beyond that, I would like to say one more thing. Uh, if you take India, India is especially in some states. If you see lots of colleges are there, but the graduates who are actually coming out from the colleges doesn't have the right skill set to who have the capability to who to do a job as per industry standards. So what they actually and it's actually tiring for the companies to it's very to do a rigorous process of screening. Then at the end they are not getting a valid resource for that. So AICT has put forward a new norm that to put a credit system with a project-based learning experience, project-based, rather than traditional concept-based learning, project-based. Learn the concept, apply the put the concept in the form of a project. You build something, learn by building is the new way of learning experience. So this is also the way the classrooms are going to change. So it's right now STEM labs are there in schools where in small classes itself they are trying to integrate small motors, couple and make some devices, small devices out of it. So coding as part of coding is being also being taught. So this is this is actually is the way the education system is actually changing. So altogether. So this is what. So even so, the technologies that shaping immersive learning is virtual laboratories, digital twins. For example, digital twins have actually came across many sectors. For example, if you want to drive a big caterpillar, okay, big what to say, maybe a JCB. If you want a JCB to work
in 10 minutes after
to take the
three questions.
sand from a space, or maybe dig dig a hole. Right now, digital twins are there where you can actually the driver can the operator, the JCB operator can actually be or a heavy machinery operator can sit somewhere else
Questions and
and
have
he can operate remotely with the help of a simulator, AI-based simulator. So such kind of a twin is actually there. So he just have to so such kind of so it's not a twin actually it's actually co-working together. So using a control system remotely with the help of an IoT to actually control the system. A digital twin is actually like, for example, if you take a building if you want to know what is happening inside the building, you can go from top to bottom and see what is happening inside the building. Rather than that, we can a digital twin is creator of the building, and you can see how many occupancy is there, where the heat zones are being generated, how many where more number of commutations are happening, how the heat mapping is done throughout the building. So all this can be done with the help of a digital twin which is shown in the form of an interface in front of you. So such kind of so even your digital twins also will come. The educator's digital twin also will become. That is the avatars in the in future. So that's what. it creates the real world simulations. So virtual laboratory, digital twins, augmented reality models, virtual field visit, that is through virtual reality and interactive simulations. Learning based. So these are things. So safe experimentation without real world risk. You can, okay. For example, if a person, if a student wants to do a chemistry experiment, okay, he can do it with the help of a virtual lab set. So that no risk are coming to that person. So it's very, so you don't have to use any substance, you don't have to purchase the items, you don't have to keep the lab setup, you just have to just you can see what chemical he is going to use it for doing this. So a problem statement will be given, he'll be presented to put mixed chemicals, maybe a five chemical will be given, and how he is going to use that in a virtual environment can be tested, and based on that assessment can be done, rather than giving the exact chemical to do, and maybe when he does a fatality might come out with a risk. So so such and field trips can also be done. So by saving money, but money real field visits, if it's not possible to a certain extent, virtual visits can be given. Global field visits can be given. So higher engagement and motivation will be there. So this will be the smart learning ways. So the future skills that are supported by AI is that critical thinking that I've said, critical thinking, creative thinking, and disruptive thinking. So disruption only comes with the use of AI. Critical creative thinking and the problem solving and reasoning skills will always increase by asking questions more and more to AI agents. It will help us to develop the brain activity or to brainstorm. Usually, if we need people to brainstorm in a group, but if a group is not there, a person is not feeling shy, or maybe if he's an introvert, he doesn't want to speak and do a brainstorm, he can use AI to do the brainstorm. So such it actually helps such people who are actually who doesn't have the freedom or have the liberty to, like, might have the liberty, but he feels hesitant to do such brainstorming with the real people. Or maybe if he or she tries to do a brainstorming session with the real people, he might be a subject matter expert, but lack human minds lack many information. So AI has a lot of information beyond human knowledge, knowledge repository. So brainstorming is very easy. So creativity also will improve with, and innovation can also, the possibility of innovation is also there. So collaboration and communication through diverse platforms. So AI can help you to connect together remotely, and that is also possible. Digital literacy, so literacy for everyone is possible. Like usually students who doesn't have access to, who doesn't can go to, is feeling very hard to commute to school and get education, can sit at home and learn education with a, so that digital literacy is also being supported by AI. Who has access, simply access to smartphone, he or she can do. And leadership and ethical usages. Next. So responsible AI in education, I will discuss data privacy, academic integrity, algorithm bias, digital equity should be, and cyber security. And this is the most. This is the next problem. You might have heard about the NEET exam, or the CPSE exams, and a student has found an anomaly, is that he got the results out from the 12th standard exam. It was actually done by a system, by a company, Coimt Engineering or something, I think. So it was done by a company, by a software of a company. The assessment has been done. The software actually, what it has done is that it has manipulated the answer sheets, and it has given a lot of, what to say, less number of marks for the student. He thought he might get more marks, but after getting the marks, he found that it was less marks. He digged deep and found that most of the papers are missing, assessments are not done properly, because most of them, so that's kind of a side. So data tampering might have happened, or maybe some papers are not even seen in us. So it's not even there. So such kind of a problem will be there. So cyber security, ensuring cyber security for the for the assessment or for the information that is already given by the students for their individual assessment can be tampered with the help of hackers. So this problem might be there. So we have to make sure that the system is reliable, it is protected from hackers. So, but Coimbatore Engineering, they themselves did that. They didn't. They actually did the tampering process. They didn't. A person from outside didn't do the tampering process. So, is what they knew. As per the news, I felt like that. But it might be done by an external team as well.
నేను
But based on the Coimbatore Engineering has actually changed their name. Uh, these,
ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ
uh, for actually applying for tender for CBSE exam evaluation, but they have actually done the same evaluation process for some Telangana government schools. I suppose that's the news I read. So they have done it, and more lot of students have failed because of such evaluation process. So if it's not responsibly used, the software and the AI integration is not responsibly used, it can actually create losses for the students who are actually dependent on education system. The core principle is that human AI partnership should be there. And we are not. It's the system is not actually replacing the other, and the educators have to remain at the heart of every learning experience. So they should also welcome it with with both hands. So AI for education for teach, assess, analyze, and plan. It's already there, but with AI, it's smarter. The future classrooms of 2030, AI tutors, digital twins, metaverse learning, adaptive curriculum, intelligent assessment, and lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is everybody can learn from anywhere. So that is the future. So different pathways are there. So this is it. So artificial intelligence, smart technologies, and human intelligence is going to coexist together, work as a synergy. That's it. Thank you all. So right now it's a QA session. Any questions? I think this was actually sort of a boring session, I would say, because it's purely. So I'll show you.
ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ಏನು
I will introduce you. I'll show you some AI apps. Uh, so this. So I have created this presentation with the help of Gamma. Gamma helped me to make it an acute note. So I would say. So I also used AI. Okay, but I made a lot of since I have used and trained myself of using it. It's very easy for me. So you can use Gamma. It gives more number of credits. So you can use AI for generating presentations for this. You can use Capwing. It's an AI where you can actually generate videos with you can give the story or maybe the content. Based on that content it can create videos. It can give you can change the subtitle font can be changed, subtitle. So same can be done with the help of Hagen also. So you can use 11 labs for 11 labs for voice cloning. You can use this one. Hagen for AI generated avatars. Wait, I'll show you one video. I got it.
ನಾನಮ್ಮ ಒಬ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎ ಐ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅವತಾರ್ಗೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಒಬ್ರು ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಇದರದ್ದು ಎ ಐ ಜನರೇಟರ್ ಅವತಾರ್ದು ಸೊ ಅವರು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸೊ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ನ ಬೇಡಲ್ಲ.
So this course has been generated with the help of agent. So in next era, every university will start to create their own contents with the help of AI. You can see that you can put the institution logo like this over there. You can even maybe if it's a language specific, maybe Malayalam, Tamil, or Hindi. If you can put so in local language it can be given. So so if the person doesn't understand Hindi, if English translation can be given at the end, or maybe same language translation also can also be given at the end as such. So this is so there are no language barriers are not there. So this is the how to use Leonardo AI. That is with Arabic. It's shown. I'll simply pay you play. It's to so see every sequence of the learning process is actually being done as a video. So this is going to be the next way of learning process. So contents. So you said like even education for all will be possible through this. So this can be universities can give free access to this for lower economy students, and those who are actually paying for it can actually pay and get it. So it's based on the level of where the institution level it can leverage where how it has to be given. It has to be shared to the end users or the students. So this is it. Right now QA session. So please put forward your questions. I'll be happy to address.
Thank you, sir, for an insightful and inspiring session. Your valuable perspective on emerging technologies and innovative teaching practices have provided us with much to reflect upon and implement in our own academic environment. The idea and strategies you shared with us undoubtedly help educators enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. We will now move on to the question and answer segment. I request the participant to ask their questions and engage in the discussion with our esteemed speaker. Please type your question in the chat box and we will take it one by one. So there's one
One
question.
of the question is uploading your photos to AI as safe, sir. Will it be misused? Yeah, it will be misused for sure. We cannot complete because, but would like to say is that every information that we upload in Instagram is actually being already, we are giving consent. It's all, they are all already taking our photos. And so I think it's up to us to because it's already there. We don't think that we are privacy is already there for us because even in our profiles, social media accounts, we have uploaded a lot of our photos. It has already we have already given permissions to the applications. They have already taken our photos, and these photos have been utilized for doing multiple simulations for their machine to learn. So it's already there. So giving photos is fine. It's up to us. It depends. It's up to us whether to give it or. But the problem is that you can use your photo to be. You can upload your photo. Please don't use others' photo to generate avatars. That's only response I can give for. Thanks, Meghana madam, for the question.
So there are few questions from our faculties. The first question is from Mr. Rizwan. How can future classroom promote critical thinking, not just information consumption?
Future classrooms in terms of critical thinking.
Yes, sir. How can future classroom promote critical thinking and not just information consumption?
Okay, information consumption. Okay, and critical thinking. How? Mm, So critical thinking is based on the set of assignments only. See, it's based on the go and check for the leap, uh, learning engineering through products. So I will show you. I'll show you once. I share my screen right now. So there is a startup which is incubated in IIT and Research Park. Its main motive is to, rather than information consumption, for them to critically think on what they actually study. There is a framework has been developed by a startup in so it's Leap. It's called Leap, learning engineering through products by developing products. So I'll show you the website. Educators can not even educate students can also use it. Okay, see Leap IITM Madras. So they use a different kind of a methodology. I will explain it. So a site is not loading. I will explain it. So how in their framework, what they use is that they will, for example, if a student is learning engineering concepts, he's not going to apply it anywhere. That's the when you come out of the engineering course, this is the major problem every graduate is facing, and the companies are also facing issues with that. So how it is going, how Leap is transforming is that making them critical thinkers. So for example, they give the iron box. For example, you might have used iron box. So an iron box, when you know that when you keep the iron box flat on the horizontal line, what happens is that it's going to generate heat, and it's going to spoil your dress cloth. Sometimes due to sometimes we might not be actually active, we not be mentally active, and what happens is that we not consciously we simply place the iron box, and dress will get burnt. But how can we resolve this problem? If you give this to an engineering graduate, they might such kind of problem statements are not given. Simple problems are not given to the students for resolving it. So such simple. So what they will do is that they will learn the concepts in the first year. Based on that concepts, they'll be given a simple project, and their project is to change the way we live. The way we live, like technology is enabling or maybe helping us to change the way we live or use any product. So in the case of an iron box, they will keep a small sensor inside the iron box. So when it lies flat, it cuts off the electricity, so that the dust will not get burnt immediately. But when if it's kept flat vertically, then it's actually turned on. So with the help of a simple sensor that an engineering student has actually coded. So right now, anybody can generate code. With the help of AI agents, AI codes, we can generate codes. The only thing is to how we are going to develop that technology with the help of these tools. So AI tools will be there in front of us. Problem statement will be in front of us. Only thing is that the student has to actually apply his critical thinking. Rather than relying on textbook knowledge, theoretical knowledge, he or she will be using their concepts, use the help of tools, the hardware that is in front of him, and the problem statement that he actually had is has to be resolved. So in such way, through project based learning only, this can be this critical thinking can be enhanced. So so you can go to Leap website and see how the framework is actually. It's an inverted pyramid model they have kept. So first is actually learning the concept, applying the concepts through mini projects. So once so they will, how they are going learning is that they will given a product, they will ask to dismantle the product, then they will ask to assemble the product, and then they will be asked to reverse engineering that product. An existing product which is in the market will be asked to reverse engineer to understand the engineering, the basic, the working principle behind it. So after doing that, they'll be given real elements to make the product. Once it is done, so first stage is learning concept, second stage is reverse engineering, third stage is actually going for going for deep dive into a particular subject. So you should rather than learning 30, 54 subjects throughout the entire curriculum, learn the 5 or 6 critical subjects who based on the job he or she wants to seek in future. So do a deep dive into it, learn that concept by applying critical thinking through project based learning experience. And the last stage would be entering into hackathons. You should, even government is promoting them to become an entrepreneur in the because they are trying to bring entrepreneurship mindset by building in management skills within an engineering graduate and building and bring out his engineering expertise also out from him through this project based experience. So once he or she participates in the hackathons at the final fourth year. So first year concept learning, second year reverse engineering, third year applying the concept and doing the deep diving, fourth year entering into the hackathons. So after completing the hackathon, he or she will be capable of, will be a subject matter expert at the end of the fourth year, and they are ready for intake by the companies. So this is how critical thinking can be enhanced. I hope my answer is serves this question.
So the next question is from Miss Divya Prabhu. So suppose I need to prepare class points, slides, study materials, question bank, quiz activity, assignment, or test for a given chapter, say journals and lectures in accounting. Suggest how can we mix and match the various tools you have to share with us. You have shared with us today, sir.
Uh, could you please repeat that question, please?
Suppose I need to prepare class points, slides, study materials, question banks,
Okay.
quiz activity, assignments, or test for a given chapter, say journals and lectures in accounting. Suggest how can we
Hmm.
mix and match the various tools you have shared with us today, sir.
Okay, go ahead with Claude. Since presentation is required, use Claude. Attach other AI agents with a Claude. You can also go ahead with the deep thinking of Claude, and I would suggest Claude is the best option in this scenario. Or you can use a mix match of Claude, ChatGPT, and DeepSeek. So if you want to create ledgers and mixed match ledgers and journals, you can use ChatGPT. It's good with numbers, or maybe Julius AI. But go ahead with ChatGPT. It's reliant with. It's good in producing tables and such things. So, for content part, for content extraction, use Gemini. For picture, for generating pictures or pictures, you can use ChatGPT. And for doing interconnected study, you can use Notion AI. Then afterwards, if you want to put all this in the form of a PPT, go for the Claude. So that's my answer, my response for this particular question. And one more thing, I will showcase one more app. I will share my screen and take 2 minutes. After that, I will wrap it up. I forgot to show it. You can even create 3D models. So you use 1, 2, 3 apps. So you just note it down, 1, 2, 3 apps. It will really help you throughout your uh, Canva. You might have heard it. So the Hugging Face. So Hugging Face actually has lots of features. So I'll show you one by one. So keep an eye. So this can clone your voice. Mm, it can create 3D so see image generation, video generation, text generation, language translation, speech synthesis, code generation, question answering, data visualization, voice cloning, background removal, image upscaling, OCR, document analysis, visual QA, image caption, chatbots, sentiment analysis, text summarization, medical imaging, financial analysis that you have asked for. You can do it over here. So if you click financial analysis, you can use many agents here displayed over here, which seek anything. You can seek financial assistant, deep seek R1 you can use. So these are the agents which has been created by many developers. You can use it. Okay, so use hugging face. Hugging face. So I hope this will help you in many. So there are many agents. So anomaly detection, recommendation system, character animation, agent environment. So many possibilities are there. Hugging face. Any other question? Or if not, shall we wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for sharing your valuable expertise and making this session highly insightful for all of us, sir. We are deeply grateful for your time and contribution. I also thank the audience for their active participation. Before we wind up the session, I would like to thank Reverend Father Edward William Saldana, Secretary MDS, Reverend Father Naveen Kumar A, Treasurer MDS, Speaker of today's session, Dr. Farid Ahmed, CEO Pula Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala, Dr. Chandrasekhara H.N., Principal, Ms. Naina K.S., IQSC Coordinator, participants and faculty member for making this session a success. I request the participants to kindly fill up the feedback form without fail as it is vital for certificate distribution. The link is posted in the chat box. We also request all participants to kindly switch on their camera as for few moments as we capture a photo.
Thank you all.
I request all the participants to kindly switch on the camera for a few moments as we capture a photo. Thank you all for attending today's session and wishing you a productive and enriching FDP ahead. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Vince Joseph, and all the participants here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rebecca. Wonderful day, nice. Madla, call disconnected.